I'm transitioning slowly to soft talking like this. I saw someone who does it really well, and I forgot their channel name, but they're also a vtuber, and they do it so really well. Like, a lot of the comments says that they always come back because they really like how they transition from whispers to soft talking. I know I did that opposite way. I hope you guys are having a lovely day or a lovely night wherever you are. I actually have two microphones, but right now I'm gonna try to do like left, I think left and right microphones right now. So we're gonna experiment with like binaural. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not too sure. But last video I did make a mistake of thinking my right microphone was my left one, so that is my bad, because if I speak to my right microphone, I actually hear this on my left side, so it confused me a lot when I was recording. So I'm really sorry about that, but still, I hope you still enjoyed Tia's spot regardless, and I really appreciate like everyone's feedback, their comments, like people saying they like my voice, at first, or even like before I was recording like ASMR videos. I would say I'm not the biggest fan of my voice. So sometimes, okay, let's see, when I just wake up, my voice, it's a lot deeper, but I feel like it depends on who you're talking to, sometimes it's kind of like, for example, I'm gonna give a situation. Whenever I'm gonna ask my dad, I'm gonna be like, Dad, can you please buy me some coffee? Can you please buy me some coffee, Dad? But when normally I'm talking to my dad, I would be like, my voice goes back to normal. Like, hey Dad, Mom's calling you. You have to go. I'm not sure if there's much of a difference there. I am trying to, like, change my voice without, like, I don't know, making it too loud for the microphone. But as I was saying, it depends on who you're talking to. Like your voice. I feel like my voice changes. Depends on a lot of occasion. Like sometimes there are days that I can sing, but some days there are days where I just can't sing. I'm like, why can't I sing? Like literally yesterday, for example, I would have like this karaoke in the bathroom while I'm showering. Gotta play like favorite songs. It doesn't matter what. It can be like the popular K-pop songs, or it can be the good old days, like the 2000 songs, like I remember singing that back then in stream, or having karaoke. Everyone really liked the Lady Gaga songs that I sang back then. Maybe in the future, we can have some karaoke songs, which I did mention like a couple days ago, where if you guys wanted to watch like ASMR streams, I would love to. I am preparing something really good, and I'm really excited to show it to you guys. It's still being worked on, but I am really excited to show you guys what's gonna happen in the future. But for now, we're just gonna focus on cleaning your ears while I yap on the microphone. Also, there is a storm outside, so you guys might hear a little bit of background noise. I think, honestly, I like it. I like the added, background noises on ASMR videos. It just sounds more natural. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I wasn't really a big fan of my voice, like even back then. And then ever since I started this, like my ASMR channel, I'm so surprised that there's a lot of comments saying that oh, your voice suits this well, your voice is so soothing, your voice really suits well with ASMR. And that kind of surprised me a little bit, I guess. But also, back then when I used to stream, some people, or maybe one or two people, also said that to me. They're like, I was just drawing something on stream, and then they were like, your voice, it's like I'm listening to an ASMR video. And I'm like, oh, thank you. At first, I didn't know if I'm gonna be offended or if I'm gonna be happy. I guess a little bit of me was happy, but also around that time, like I'm not really doing ASMR. I'm just doing art and talking to chat. Like that's not the purpose. That's not the purpose of the video or the stream. Sorry. So I was a little bit confused back then. But then, so last year I finally did my final push because like last year while I was still streaming on YouTube, I wasn't really sure whether I wanted to continue again. Do I really want to keep streaming? Is this really worth it? Like, am I having fun? And honestly, you know what kept me going is that my small community, like before this ASMR channel, they've always always been there. They've always been there for me. And I really appreciate that. That it makes me look forward to, doing more content that they'll enjoy. Because honestly, that's what matters for me. That's what matters for me. Is that people would enjoy my content. And that just keeps me going. That's why I'm still doing ASMR videos. Because everyone's there, everyone's cheering me up. Like, even if I made some mistakes here and there, you guys are still able to give me feedback, And as someone who just started ASMR, I really appreciate that. Sometimes it is a little bit hard, Like, I'm the one doing everything. I would do the recording, maybe like for an hour. It depends. I have to check like everything because sometimes I can't record. Sometimes outside there's a little bit of noises outside, and sometimes there's some barking here and there by the doggos outside. And I also have to post it on Patreon. I have to post on YouTube. I have to make a thumbnail. But this process, it has been a lot easier because I've been doing content for years now, but I wasn't as consistent as I am now. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really bad trait for me. I may be consistent on other things, but doing content, I was really, really bad at it. I guess it's right now I'm a little bit more disciplined, I'm trying to discipline myself into posting a lot more videos, a lot more content, and I'm just having fun. Like interacting with you guys, reading you guys' comments. Like, I'm trying to read all of the comments out there, and I apologize if I do miss your comment, but I try to respond to the comments that I see, and I've never been grateful. Honestly, sometimes at night I would think to myself, everything's going really, really well for me this year, and it makes me happy, honestly. And I'm trying to control myself because I don't wanna cry in front of the microphone right now. But there's a tiny bead of tear on my left eye. I need to wipe it out, but yeah. I've been really happy that everything is going well. My friends, my relationships with family and friends, and my work is doing really well. And my YouTube channel. I almost gave up, guys. I almost gave up. I was like, if this channel doesn't work out, I'm like, okay. This is what I said to myself. In a year, if this channel doesn't work out, then I am content. I'm just gonna focus on like improving my art, I guess, and working. But look at where we are now. Look at where we are now, chat. Everyone. Now we're at 1K. We're at 1,000 subs. 1,000 subs. And you might be listening from the future. But if you are listening to the future, let me know how many subs do you have now. Because at this time of recording, I think we have more than 1,000 subs right now, which is a lot. There's a lot of you guys. Hi. Say hello to everyone. But yeah, I'm super excited for the future, and I feel like it's because I try to manifest like good things in my life. I know that I feel like I'm being like overly positive, but I do think it's an important like mindset, I have been watching like a lot of videos recently, and most of the videos that I watch are actually from like successful creators like Lullaby. I don't know if you guys know him, but I really love his content. He's like you gotta start small, and then you gotta put your mind into it. Like, if your goal is to reach like certain thing, like for example, you're a streamer and your goal is to have like an average 100 CCV, you can't just think about it, but also you gotta put your work into it. But also you also have to be like, I don't know, it's like you gotta envision yourself as if you already have that, and it's really inspiring just listening to them. And I feel like whenever I hear their advice, I'm like, oh wait, I've been unconsciously doing that. And it's really interesting, like seeing them from before and now. Like whenever I watch like some creators, like they always start small, and then after a few years they would reach like partner on Twitch or YouTube partner, and I'm like, wow, that's so amazing. Like I'm really happy for them, I think it's amazing. Like, if I find myself getting kind of insecure, sometimes her mind can be kind of mean to us, Sometimes it can be like, well, I worked as hard as them, then why haven't I gotten success? Or why haven't I been promoted? And sometimes you gotta keep doing it, and if it's not working out, it's really where the time you gotta think. You gotta just pause. And just think of it. Just think about whether you want to keep going or do you stop. This isn't just like about creating content, but I think it does apply to with like with life, you know. For example, you've been dating a person for like a really long time, and you felt like very unhappy. You feel like your needs aren't getting met. So sometimes we're stuck at the part where like, oh, I've been dating this person for years now. Like, is it even worth it? Like, if your needs are being met, is it worth it to stay? Sometimes we feel this obligation to stay, and I completely understand that. I completely understand that because it feels like we wasted our time, you know? Like, I've already invested this much time, and I don't want to give up on it. That's what I thought too, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. Sometimes it can be worth it if you know, if things can change. But if you've been waiting years for a change, I think it's time to go. It's time to go and just move on. You know, seek other people, seek other opportunities. You know, for example, if that job won't give you a promotion, how dare they? Just be like, you know what? I'm gonna find another job, and I'm gonna make sure that they treat me better, that I'm actually needed, you know, and being cared for. Speaking of voices, like the one I mentioned earlier in this video, I actually used to be insecure about my voice. I mean, I used to be insecure with my accent. You guys might think like, what are you talking about? Your accent is fine though. Like, no. It used to be. It used to be. Let me say that. It used to be really bad. I don't think it's really that bad back then. But I guess I was kind of insecure. Because, okay, English is not my first language, okay? It is my second language. And I just started speaking in English like, I think, let me recall it. I think for the past like 4 years or maybe 5 years. I don't know. I think it is 5 years, almost 5 years. Because back then, okay, let me tell you guys this story. Because back then, like I think like 5 years ago, I had like online friends, okay, and I'm kind of insecure with like speaking English, not because of my accent back then, but more of like if I can actually converse in English, okay. Like, it's different from typing. I can write, I can type English well. It's just I get very, panicky. I panic when I'm not like saying the words right, or I get worried like, what if they don't understand me? Like, what if they don't understand my grammar? Or like, am I using the right, I don't know, adjectives, pronouns? I don't know. It's so hard. Cause let me tell you, I learned English since elementary, okay? But I'm bad at English. I'm like, I don't know what an adverb is. I don't know what an adjective is. I don't know what this is or that. Okay, at least I know nouns. Okay, I know nouns, but the other ones, it's a little bit confusing. Okay, like okay, I know past tense, future tense, but okay, like I still like having a hard time, like when to use like in, on, or at. Like okay, are you gonna say I'm at the beach? Like I'm in the beach? I'm on the beach? But if you're in the toilet, are you gonna say I'm in the toilet? Or are you on the toilet? Or are you at the toilet? I don't know. It's confusing. I tried learning it, but it's so hard. It's okay. As long as people understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, English, my second language, by the way. And I'm kind of proud of it because like over the years of getting used to speaking in English, I'm super proud of it. I'm a lot more confident, speaking in English. Also, do you guys know that the reason why I started streaming, not only because I was inspired of Hololive English, but also because I want to be able to practice speaking in English, which is fun fact. Yeah, fun fact. I wouldn't say I wasn't fluent back then. It's just I'm worried about my conversational skills in English, and now it feels kind of weird. It feels a little bit weird, like speaking in my native tongue. For example, my friends would sometimes tell me to, oh, can you speak in Tagalog? Okay, some people pronounce it Tagalog, but it's pronounced Tagalog. And I would be like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Just use the classic, curse word. Typical thing that is literally like the first thing you teach people. Like oh hey, can you teach me Filipino words? Or like any other words, and the first thing you teach them is the curse word. Yep. But yeah, that's a fun fact, and I would say that my English is a lot better now. It is a lot better. And I do notice that I was a lot more confident with speaking in English when me and my parents went to Australia. Most of the time I was the one talking to like the vendors, or like the taxi drivers, or the hotel staff. Even though my mom and dad, they both know how to speak in English. They're just lazy. They're just a little bit lazy sometimes. For example, they'll be like, check us in the hotel, like talk to the person, or in Tagalog, or in Filipino, they will kausapin mo nga yung staff. Sabi mo mag-check in tayo. Whoever understands Filipino or Tagalog would be able to understand that. But yeah, it was fun. I miss Australia, honestly. I miss the weather there, and just everything is just a lot like easier access. I don't know why. I feel like every time I go to a country, I can't help but compare like the transportation, stuff like that. Like in Australia, if you need to go somewhere, you can just use your maps, your map app, and you just follow the instructions. I would say there, oh, you have to ride this train, you have to walk this amount of distance for X minutes in order to go to the nearest station. It's just easy. But I think I won't be going to Australia anytime soon. I do want to go back to Japan. I want to go to a different region. What do you call that? Prefecture? I guess that's what you call it. I want to go there again. And this time, I'm gonna try different foods. I want to try a lot of convenience store food, or I want to try some Kobe beef. Kobe beef, I like beef. And okay, as much as I want to try a lot of different foods, my tummy, my little tummy, can't handle it all. That's why I'm kind of worried. Like, if I go to America next year, they're gonna have like really, really big survey. Also, I apologize. Like sometimes I would pause. It's because I'm trying to find the right word sometimes. I feel like I pause a lot, you know. I pause a lot because I need to think. Like, what is this? What is this Tagalog word in English? What is this English word in Tagalog? And the struggle of being able to speak two languages. Now it's time for you to sleep. Let's brush this ear for a little bit. Your little left ear. I sing you a lullaby. Da, 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 da. Na, 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 na. You sleep well, I hope you sleep well. Da 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 da. Have a good, very night. Da 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 da.